So as I got older and things changed and abilities and means changed, I wanted to start collecting cars. I thought it'd be cool, be like Jay Leno and, get a car and maybe pick up one every 5 years and just keep them. But when I hit number three for sports cars, I realized that it's just too much. And let's talk about why it's too much. First off, maintenance. I do all the maintenance myself. I'm a master technician and I have a nice garage and I do it all. And I like doing it, but what happens is it's death by like 1,000 little needles. I don't know if that's the right saying, but essentially, like one week you have to do an oil change on one of the cars and then you're like, oh, this is exciting. But then all of a sudden you're due for another oil change and then you're kind of busy with life. So now you have to do that oil change. But there's other things that come up like tires, brakes, and then modifications, upgrades, restorations, and the list goes on. And anyone who's like a perfectionist or anyone who likes to work on stuff, it's just you constantly want to address those things. And they cost money and they cost a lot of time. Well, I'm investing a lot of time in a YouTube channel, and I'm also investing a lot of time in running and getting in shape and just spending time with family and trying to expand other ventures. So essentially what happens is that one of my greatest joys and passions, which is cars, starts to kind of creep up and be like, hey, you got to pay for registration. And then one of the things that I can't stand is keeping them clean. Like, I don't like washing cars. I thought I would. I thought it would be cool, but it's just a tedious process for me. And it happens often. So with the car washing, with the maintenance, with the random pay, one of the last things that a lot of people don't think about is how often you actually drive. If you think about how you drive, you drive to work and then you drive the errands and then you drive for leisure. Well, first off, I'm not going to drive a Porsche GT4, to work or for errands. That's just me. It's a six-figure car and it's in amazing shape, and I'm not taking that risk. Here recently, we just got dinged. One of the doors in our Genesis got hit by something at the local gym. So stuff like that happens, and I'm not going to take that risk. So what happens? We end up driving the car that we don't want damaged to do errands, which is a lot of driving. And then leisure driving, you essentially have to split that up between three cars. But you're not going to be doing leisure driving all the time. We travel, we work, we have projects, we do so much stuff. And a lot of times there's just not a lot of time to drive. So you have to pick one car that you're going to drive. Now you have a car that's been sitting in your garage for about 3 weeks that hasn't been driven. So now you feel obligated to get those fluids going and you have to drive it. Honestly, if the time factor wasn't a thing and money wasn't a thing, then there wouldn't be a problem. And really, the maintenance part, I would be okay with that, but it's the time. There just isn't enough time to drive them. And I think being a master tech, I think the most important part of having cars is driving them, because if you don't drive them, they will start having issues. And I know a lot of people who have a lot of cars and they seem to be okay with managing them. They don't drive them and they sit for a couple of months, and that's really not the experience that I would want with collecting cars. So I really think the golden number is, in my opinion, 2 sports cars. And I think any more than that, you're just really having a hard time keeping up. Well, I'm very curious to hear your guys' feedback. Maybe you own a couple of cars and you enjoy all the aspects of having many cars. Or maybe you might feel the same way. Either way, I really appreciate you guys listening. I had fun because I just kind of shared what was in my mind. So again, thank you for listening and watching. You guys take care, and we will talk to you soon.